Bride's father.
Yeah. Hello everyone. For those who don't know me, my name is Chris. Some people call me Abby. Katie's dad. I've been told that one of my jobs today, apart from paying for a wedding and walking her down the aisle, was making this speech. So here goes. It's going to be quick. I would like to thank you all for coming and making this a special day for Katie and Baines. I would like to thank the staff for all their hard work in making the venue look so nice and the enjoyable food we've just had. It was marvellous. I would just like to say how stunning my wife looks. And you look fit as well, Nicola. Now the soppy bit. When Katie came into my life all those years ago, she made me the happiest dad there could be. She captured my heart from day one. Katie was a happy little girl as long as she was getting her own way. She loved to annoy her brother. He got his own back with a fish hook in the bum. I am so proud of her and what she has achieved. She has blessed us with 3 beautiful granddaughters, graduated with honours, and until recently was studying her master's degree. She has been so poorly and has recently been diagnosed with Crohn's disease. She's had to fight hard to be here today, looking so beautiful. But this is Katie for you. She's stubborn, independent, and cost me a fortune. But she is my little girl, and I love her to bits. All that is left for me to do now is welcome Baines into the family. Well, this bit is easy. He is part of the family already and knows what he's letting himself for. So no excuses, Baines. Come for Sunday dinner now. I am now trusting you to look after my daughter and my 3 granddaughters. So good luck and dig deep. As the bank of Mum and Dad is now closed.
No, it's not.
Can we now make a toast to the bride and groom?
Katie and Baines.
Katie and Baines.
Cheers.
Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, the bridegroom.
Jesus. After United's result today, it's not going to be a good one. Shut up, Vorney. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I had prepared a superb and funny speech. But unfortunately, now that I'm married, I've been told to read this one. Thank you, Chris, for your kind words. I would like to thank you for being the best father of the bride ever. Not only did Chris give Katie away instead of locking her in a room, but his kind words have made me feel welcome as the newest member of the family. I am so delighted and honoured to have Chris, or should we now say Chris Senior, and Karen as my new in-laws. I knew that everything would be good when I fell in love with Katie because they have helped her to become the person that she is today. Before we got engaged, I asked Katie, if we get married, do you think we'll be able to live on my income? She said, of course, Chris, but what will you live on? Katie, I would just like to say firstly, in front of all our friends and family, how much you mean to me, and I love you, and I hope that every day will be happy as we are today. I'll get there in the end, but just not as expensive. You are a beautiful, stunning, radiant and gorgeous bride. And I know that you are just as beautiful on the inside. Don't cry. I'm so happy and delighted that you agreed to be my wife and agreed to share the rest of your life with me. I've been so proud of the way you have juggled organising this wedding with everything else that you've been through over the past few months and been so patient and understanding. I just want to say in front of all our friends and family how much you mean to me. I love you. I love you more today than I did when we first met all those years ago at the Endeavour. And I promise that I'll love you more in each day for the rest of our lives. I hope that marrying in front of you today, in front of everyone, you'll just see how much you mean to me. I'm so proud to be your husband, and I want us to grow old and grey together. Just not as much grey as I am now. George. When I asked Katie to marry me, I knew that I needed a best man to be reliable, trustworthy and dependable. Unfortunately, I don't know anyone like that. But you got the job.
Cheers, mate.
Being my best friend since we worked together at HMV, there's been good times and there's been bad times. There's been many times I've wanted to knock you out. But today's not one of them. But you've still got your speech to go, yeah? You've still got your speech to go. Despite this, I knew you would be perfect for the job. I'd like to thank you for all the work you've done today, for not losing the rings,
Really did.
for not putting me on a train to Scotland in the stag do, and most importantly, getting me to the wedding on time. You've been a great mate, and you've been the best man I could have chosen. So thank you.
Cheers, thanks.
Got you a small gift. Got you a small gift. I'm be like Santa Claus now, giving everyone
Gifts.
presents.
Hang on. No.
Put these aside. There you go. There you go, Jordan. Thank you.
Cheers, mates.
Don't sit down.
Right, there's a few people I'd like to say thank you to who come up and get presents. Firstly, Katie and I would like to say a special thank you to the bridesmaids who have been a tower of strength throughout the day. Kirsty, the chief bridesmaid, Millie, Lily and Kirsten, and also Shanice, the maid of honour. They have been and they look wonderful. So if you want to come up and get your present, Lily, Kirsten. Lily, Kirsten.
Lily's there.
Lily. Millie,
Have you got
Kirsten.
Shanice's? Come on. Best or lost?
There you go, darling. Thank you. Secondly, we'd like to thank the Flower Girls, Evie and Belle, and Page Boy Jaden. Belle.
Jaden.
There you go, big man. Evie. There you go, darling. Ushers, Jamie and Mitchell. You want to come and get your presents? Jamie, Mitchell, thank you very much. Thank you. Witnesses, Pete and Rachel.
Yeah.
That
Thank you,
Rachel's?
darling.
Thank you, darling. Yeah, nice pink one. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Right, also special thanks should be given to Auntie Sue, who's helped Katie for the thing. Auntie Bev as well. You've got yours. Has she got hers? Yeah, you've got yours. Thank you. Also, a special thanks should be given to Karen and Chris, Mum and James, and Nan and Grandad for all their part for helping with today and throughout, as none of this would be possible without them. Yeah. Karen. I'll be nice for you after this speech. really nice giving the speech.
Thanks, Dad. Yeah. Oh.
That's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. In closing, then, I have been overwhelmed by how many of you came today. I just want you to know all how much you costed me. I meant to say how much my wife and I appreciate you all being here. Thank you all for sharing this day with us. Cheers. George is up. George is up now. Go on, George.
Right. Last year, I jumped out of a plane and I was nervous then, but nothing like I am now. Anyway, thank you, Baines and Chris, for your excellent speeches, or as I would like to call it, the warm-up act. I knew that Baines' speech would be hard to follow, and I was right. I could hardly follow a word of it. For those of you that don't know me, my name's George, and I'm the best man today. It's a great honour to be here doing this, and I think you'll all agree with me when I say what a brilliant wedding celebration it has been so far. And we've also got Baines' dancing to look forward to later, which he's told me he can't wait for. I'm sure you'll all agree that the bridesmaids look lovely today. They've done a great job this morning getting Katie ready and looking stunning, and then they did an even better job in making sure she went against her better judgment and actually turned up. Also, a huge well done to the 3 cutest kids in the room, the 2 flower girls, Evie and Belle, and the page boy Jaden. I'd also like to say a big thanks to Mitchell and Jamie for looking dapper earlier and doing a swift job in getting people seated. I'd like to finally take a moment to thank Kenwick Park, for whom this wedding wouldn't have been possible. I can honestly say that Baines and Katie will be in your debt forever. And at £4 a pint, most of us will be too. This is the first time I've been asked to carry out best man duties, and I must confess that I'm extremely nervous. I read online that to help with nerves, you should imagine your audience to be naked. So if you see me glancing over to Baines' mum, you know why. Sorry. Unlike most best man speeches, this is always going to be short, awkward, and ultimately disappointing, which, let's face it, Katie's going to have to get used to being married to Baines. A few months ago, I remember visiting Katie in hospital. Katie wasn't well at all, and we was all worrying that today might not go ahead. I know all of the family, Karen and Chris especially, were a huge help with the kids, and we've been there for Katie and Baines. So thanks for everything you did to help make today happen. Now I'm sure every single guy here would agree with me in saying that today is a sad day, because another beautiful woman has been taken off the market. And I'm sure that all the single ladies here would agree that today is just another day. I was talking to some of you earlier, and you was all telling me that today was similar to a Disney movie. Personally, I haven't seen Beauty and the Beast, but I hear it's pretty good. But no, in all seriousness, Baines took me aside earlier and said so far I was doing a good job at being best man, and if I kept up the good work, that I could be best man at his next wedding too. I first met Baines about 6 years ago, where we worked together at HMV. I remember seeing this grumpy, homeless-looking guy that was always sat up in the stock room, cozying up to the managers, and not doing a lot when it comes to actual work. 6 years on, and not a lot has changed. Only that we now work at Royal Mail, and Baines wears a red t-shirt rather than a black one. To be honest, there are a lot of stories I could bring up, but the majority of them would incriminate me too. So I'll save those for later. They met almost 10 years ago, and I think it's fair to say that this day has been a long time coming. For as long as I've known Baines, him and Katie have been a couple. And granted, as some of you will know, for a brief time, their relationship resembled the hokey cokey. But eventually they managed to turn it around, and that's what it's all about. But all jokes aside, it's been a great honour to be your best man today. We've shared some good times over the years, and I'm sure these will continue. I wish you both a lifetime of happiness together, and I look forward to seeing you both grow as a married couple. Katie, you're a wonderful woman who deserves a wonderful husband, and I'm not going to rest until I get to the bottom of what's gone wrong today. Thank you everyone for listening, but just a final thought before we carry on with our evenings and get drunk. And you can all take part in this actually, all the couples. Baines and Katie, could you look at each other for me, please? And as you sit there, gazing into each other's eyes, never forget that statistically speaking, you're looking at the person most likely to murder you. Ladies and gents, would you now do me the honour in raising your glasses to toast the bride and groom, to my good friend Baines and his beautiful new wife, to Mr. and Mrs. Baines.
That was good, that one, George. I like that. That was good, that one.
Well done.
That was good.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sunday the 30th of April 2017, these two special people got married. I'll wait to show you appreciation. Hip hip! Hey! I can't hear you upstairs. Hip hip! Hey! Hip hip! Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to stay where you are. We're just going to make a few adjustments to the room, and then the party will begin!
Good, that was, George. I like that.
Thank you.
That was good, George. That was good. That was good, I like that.
Thank you. Thank you.
I've heard a lot of best man speeches, but that's probably one of the best.
Cheers, mate. Cheers, mate.